How's it guys, welcome back to another video. Over here we have the long-awaited BMW G81 M3 Touring X-Drive. Now this one's a 2025 model, paired with this beautiful Alpine white metallic with the red seats. This spec is amazing in person actually. Now from the front of the G81 Touring, it looks exactly the same as your G80 saloon, with the exact same body lines that flow along all the way to the back. Now, the side profile of the G81 Touring, the front, like I said, looks like the G80, but as you move along towards the back of the car, that's where the differences are found. The G81 Touring has a very aerodynamic yet sloped rear end, which makes it look very nice and aggressive. Now, the G81 Touring is much more wider compared to the G20 3 Series Touring, as it's an M car. Now, on the side as well, you have the M3 badging, you have your M style mirrors, you have the lines flowing along all the way to the back, along with your black side skirts. This car specifically is sitting on Pilot Sport 4S's 20-inch rims at the back, whereas in the front you have 19. Overall, I think this looks stunning as an overall package. It looks very sleeper-like. Now, in my opinion, as much as I love the angel eyes, I think the snake eyes give it a whole different yet more aggressive look, which is why I sort of like the facelift a little bit more than the pre-LCI. And that's exterior for the G81 Touring. It is very nice. Good job to BMW. Now moving on to the interior. Now from the interior of the G81 Touring, it looks like the usual G80 M3. You got your carbon inlets here, carbon here. The facelift has a larger display now. Here we have a 12.3 inch along with a 14.4 inch screen. This is all joined actually. But yeah, it's very, very interesting, and that's the sound of the electronics turning on. So yeah, you got a larger M display here. You got your vents here, which is controlled by this knob. I'm not a big fan of that actually. You got your control panel like in the standard G80, all your settings. This one has a 360 cameras, which is very nice. And this red interior, it's called cherry red. It looks very good. This color combo is amazing. But yeah, this is the front of the G80. You got amples of space, your two cup holders, your charge port. I think this has wireless charging as well. Door bins are big enough for bottles. Additional storage over here. Now let's move on to the back. Now in the back of the G81 Touring, it doesn't feel too different from the saloon. You do have a little bit more leg space here. Headroom is much bigger because you got that sloping back. But yeah, there's not much difference of the Touring as compared to the saloon. Here you have your door bins, your ambient lighting. Here you got your cup holders. I like that they kept it this way. It's very nice. This car has 3-way loading as well, if you need to carry longer items in the boot, which you will, because it's Touring and family people get Tourings. And well, that's all I have to say. But apart from that, down here you have your climate control, just like in the normal G80. 2 Type-Cs here. But yeah, the back is not that much different from the saloon, but overall there's tons of space and it's more than enough for most people. So that's the back of the G81. Now, as for the boot space, here we have 500 liters, where in the saloon you have 480 liters of boot space. Here we have additional storage over here. Under here is your battery. Here's some additional space as well. You got your charging boxes here, fuse box. When I mean charging, this is where your 12V socket will be and stuff like that, I guess. Here's another 12V socket here, cold holder. Now here is where the cool thing happens. In the Touring, you can fold down your seats like this. Super easy to do. and so quick as well. That's where a lot of manufacturers make the mistake. Now with the seats down, you have close to 600 or 700 liters of boot space, which is enough for most people. And then to put it back up, you just go around, you fold the seats back up, and that's pretty much it. But overall space is very nice here. That's the boot space for the M3 Touring. Now as for the engine of the G81, it's the same as in the saloon. Here we got a 3-liter twin turbo inline 6, but in the facelift it produces 390 kilowatts, whereas in the pre-LCI you only had 375. Torque number still stays the same, and there's not much difference to it. And this S58 is more than enough of power for most people, so that's the S58 for you. But overall, in terms of sound, I think they could have done a bit better, but thanks to EU regulations, it can't sound as burbly and growly as the S55 in the previous gen F80 generation of M3. But overall, this is a lovely power plant. This is paired up with your X-Drive with your 8-speed ZF gearbox. That's the engine of the G81 M3 Touring. Now my final verdict on the G81 M3 Touring is it's an overall good package. It's a good performance wagon. It blends practicality with supercar speeds, and with a starting price, or with a price of this spec of 2.3 mil, it's worth it actually. But you do have other options from Mercedes-Benz with the C63 E-Performance Touring and the Audi with the likes of the new or the current RS4. But I'd say if you have the money for this, go ahead and buy it, because the new C63, it's a 4-banger and there's not much sound from it. Whereas here you have a 6-cylinder, and 6 always sounds better than 4. So this would be worth the money. Anyways, thank you and goodbye. See you guys in the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Cheers.